welcome to another episode of The Healing Hearts. My name is Brenna Nyambeki. You can call me Shori for grief. And thank you so much. Please keep subscribing, keep liking, keep commenting. And in today's episode, we are privileged to have an amazing lady on set with us, you know. It's such a small world, let me tell you guys. And it's interesting how technology is bringing us together and it's making us just come together weirdly. This lady, we apparently know each other, but we didn't know, or rather, I didn't know I know her, but we know each other. I don't know if you're getting me. And we share, we have a few things in common. We will talk about it later as we go on in the podcast. But just safe to say, she has gone through grief. And today we are just going to talk about grief. But as we said, remember, as I said, he podcast hatuli. He podcast, we just want to laugh and make things relatable. And just show you, in as much as we are going through grief, we also laugh, you know. So, because I remember there's a day I met someone and I told her, you know, my mom has just died. When my mom, before she was buried. And then she told me, no, not check. When was I supposed to be crying everywhere? Oh, my mom has died. But anyway, guys, so let's give it up for... Over to you.
Hi, guys. My name is Naom. Mm-hmm. Not Naomi. Naom Barongo. Yes, Naom Barongo. Momanyi. Mm-hmm. I'm a mother. Yeah, and I'm a trainer. Yeah, that is what I do as my profession. I hope we'll interact more.
Yes, we are good.
Yeah.
See the way she's shy. Hope we'll interact more. So now, you okay?
Yes.
So tell us, because I'm assuming that introduction is perfect. If anyone wants to know more, they should look for you elsewhere. So maybe you can tell us what, if you've gone through grief, definitely. That's why you're here on set with us. And to get to story, the grief you've gone through, how it was, the things that unfolded after losing your loved one. And you can also share the person you lost and how the journey has been and how long it's been. Just feel free to pick a story. Mm-hmm.
Yes, so I thought I knew grief before my mother died, but I didn't know what grief was because when my mother died, I realized when I used to sympathize with people, it wasn't sympathy. Like, I didn't know what they felt.
Yeah.
But when my mother died, and it was very sudden because it was an accident, and let's get back to how it happened.
Mm-hmm. Or just before she continues, that's where we have, some things in common. Both our mothers died through road accidents, and my mom died on 24th July.
And my mom died on 25th
same
of July.
Year, same month, a day apart. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Anyway, let's continue how it happened.
Yeah, so it is morning. I've just woken up. I was preparing to do some few things. And then I see so many calls that morning. I didn't have a phone that had contact, so most of the calls are coming as numbers. Mm-hmm. So I see so many calls, I received them, and everyone is asking me, you've not yet come home? I said, no, sijakuja home. Unakuja lini?
So you're in Nairobi this?
No, I was in Kapsabet, somewhere in Kaimosi. Mm-hmm. So everyone was asking, unakuja lini? I said, maybe this week. I said, okay, we were just saying hi. And it was very weird that people were calling me at around 6:30, and it is not common. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't sure why all those calls. So someone texted me on my WhatsApp, my condolence, dear. And I was like, wait, condolence for what? I don't have a sick parent. I don't have a sick sibling.
This was on 25th July.
Yes.
That morning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't have a sick anyone. So why are you texting? I just asked, condolence for what? Mm-hmm. I didn't have the number, so I had to send the number to someone who had a Truecaller, so they had to check for me. Mm-hmm. I saw it's someone that I know, it's a neighbor. So I clearly, my mind thought, this person must have had something that I don't know. Mm-hmm. So I had to make calls home. I called my mother several times. Mm-hmm. She didn't pick up. I called my dad. She didn't pick up. I called my twin sister. She was sleeping. She was in Eldoret, and she had no clue. So I asked her, have you heard anything about anyone at home? Because I've gotten so many calls this morning, and somebody has texted me condolence. Kuna kitu umesikia? Akaniambia hapana. I talked to mom yesterday and everyone is okay.
Hapana.
And making so many calls home, but hakuna mtu ana receive. What's going on? So later, somebody picked my mom's phone and then akaniambia, no, it's a small accident that has happened this morning, but your mom is okay. She's being attended to, but if you're in a position to come home, please do.
Come. So let me, just before we continue, so this is 25th July in the morning. Your mom, where are your parents right now?
Home
Kisii.
Yeah, Nyamira.
You're in Kapsabet.
Yes.
Your sister is in Eldoret.
Yes.
And then you just wake up to messages.
Yes, to a condolence message and the many calls. So I didn't get...
Had you spoken to your mom the previous evening?
I had spoken to her. That was on Monday. I had spoken to her on Friday. On Friday, she was okay. But we didn't finish talking. But again, I said, I'll call you later. But we never got to talk.
That was on Friday.
Yeah, that was on Friday. Then she died on Monday. We were to meet because we were planning for a funeral. An uncle had died who was supposed to be buried in Kitale. So they were planning to travel within the same week on around Wednesday. So I was planning to meet them on Wednesday so that we can be able to connect to the funeral, then go back home. So that is why, apparently that is why she was going to work very early that morning so that she can go to cover her lessons because she was a teacher. She wanted to go cover the lesson that she was not to attend. After
because of the funeral.
Because of the funeral. So we didn't even get to go to the funeral because we had another funeral we had to start arranging. So people finished the funeral from Kitale. They traveled the same day after the funeral home. So we started organizing on this one.
Okay. So so this someone calls you, you talk to someone and they tell you your mom has been in an accident and she's been attended to.
Yeah, she's being attended to. But if you can come home, please come.
So if you can come home now to Nyamira.
Yes,
Not even the hospital.
No,
come home.
Okay. So please come. So while I'm planning and preparing to get out, I saw a message in a group of youth somewhere. So someone had texted, please pray for the family of Pastor so-and-so because he has lost the wife in a road accident this morning. And I was like, wait, I thought I've just talked to someone that she's okay. And immediately I talked to the person that I had talked to and told me that my mom has gotten in a road accident and she's being attended to. I was very sure this person could not lie to me because he's a pastor and he's a family friend.
Who the person was?
Yes, I know him. Okay. So I texted to a cousin's group, cousin group that please pray for my mom. She's been involved in a road accident so that she gets better. And my cousins were, oh God, where is this person that is telling us to pray for the mom and the mom is dead? So I got calls from my cousins asking, are you okay? Where are you? Are you going home? So that is when I started connecting a bit that she wasn't okay. So by the time I get my uncle who was coming to pick me, because after that, there's an uncle of mine who stays in Eldoret who picked my sister from Eldoret. We met in Kapsabet. Then that is when I knew there was something that was not adding up.
Because it was weird for an uncle to pick both of you so that you could go home.
Yes.
It had never happened before.
No, it had not happened. So after that, we got...
Just a minute. Can you remember the time this person told you your mom has been in an accident at what time?
Around 6:30 a.m.
And at what time did you see this message in the youth group?
Around 8, 9. Around 8 a.m.
So between 6 to 8, your phone is just ringing constantly?
Yes, people are calling me. I remember there's someone who called me, mara ya mwisho. The only thing I picked and told her, hata wewe umepiga kujua kama nimejua mama yangu amekufa. Nimeshajua. Like... And she hung up. So
between 6 and 8, what was happening in your mind? Had you like, were you hoping I hope it's an accident?
Yes.
But you've seen these messages which now are also giving you other thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was hoping it's an accident. Maybe the doctors have not confirmed she's dead. Yeah. Maybe she'll be okay. Maybe she's just hurt. But again, during that time, the calls plus the message plus my uncle picking me up and the way I saw the emotions, I felt there's something that is not really okay. So by the time we were getting home, my uncle drove so fast. We got home in like 2 or 3 hours. So we went straight to the mortuary, I think the mortuary Nyamira, or we went home, then went back to the mortuary to prepare the body so that we can take it to Hema Hospital, Hema Morgue. So after that, we went to Hema, we kept the body, then went back home. But that morning that we got home, we got so many people at home, a lot of people. The first thing that came to my mind, kwani mulikuwa mnangoja mama yangu akufe? Like, she was not sick.
Yeah.
Like, how come you've traveled all the way from Ushago? Like, people were there from all corners of Nyamira and uko Ushago, and I was like,
there.
even my grandmother was already there from Kisii. I was like, kwani, what time did this happen?
Yeah.
Until kila mtu ashafika hapa. Kwani, is it something that you were waiting for? And then something also that shocked me, it is like people had already started contributing food, kuni.
Oh, things had already started
Yes,
moving.
that was around maybe 10ish, 11, and she died at around 6. And the people have acted so swiftly, like so fast. Kwani mlikuwa mnangoja? She was not sick.
Ama
Come
alikufa kitambo
on.
na
And you didn't tell me.
This drive from Eldoret to your home, how was it? Your
It was
sister
the
and
longest
your uncle.
because...
Were you talking? Were you crying?
No, we were just silent. We were wondering, tukifika ni nini tutapata? How is it? Like, what will it?
So when you met your uncle, did your uncle confirm, okay, now
No.
mom is dead?
No, he didn't. He just said, twende nyumbani tuone ni nini naendelea. Mama alipata accident. Let's go and see what is going on. We will know when we get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the drive was a long, I can imagine.
It was a long one. We were silent. Like, we are not sure.
Yeah.
Is she dead? Is she not dead? You know, at this point, I haven't gotten someone kwa ground and confirm me.
Yeah.
The only things that I'm getting kutoka social media, and I'm not sure I want to believe, because my mom was in perfect shape. Like, she was okay. She was not sick. Like, I didn't even think that I will one day wake up and find that I'm grieving my mother. Of all the people, mama yangu ndio sikuwa iona naweza grieve. Yeah, naweza kufa.
Na sasa, between 6 to the time your uncle picks you up, did you think of calling your dad?
I did. He didn't pick.
He didn't pick.
Okay. I called even all my siblings. No one picked, and apart from the one who was in Eldoret, but she was clueless. Hata nilikuwa nimepata more information than her.
Okay.
So she was like, "Apana, I've talked to someone who is at home. I don't think there is anything." Ambia apana, there's something that is amiss. Akaniambia apana. So when my uncle went to pick her from her house, that is when she started thinking, ama ukweli kuna kitu yenye may happen. So that is when she said, Uncle Jonas has come to pick me. I think there's something that is not okay.
I think there's something when someone dies, which I think I've also done. We're always quick to start planning, Now we need to find out what needs to happen. Do we need to move? Because I remember when my mom died, I remember we had to clear the kitchen surface. We had to bring out all the utensils. Like, it just happened. So even afterwards, because I remember I lost a cousin 3 months later, we formed a committee. Like, things were just happening. I think it just, I don't know what to call it, but tunakuanga tu ready. Unasikia tu, mtu amekufa, okay, now we get into planning mode immediately. So when you tell me you got home and people had already started bringing firewood, nini, people were into planning mode already.
Yes. And then the period that we were organizing for the funeral, na feel kama matanga ya mama yangu ilikuwa handle kama kasemina, because I remember we used to, I don't think we grieved the way people should be grieving. I remember after the burial, I felt like hii matanga inaweza reversiwa sasa ndio nianze kugrieve so that I can start crying because I feel like I didn't have time to. I was bitter. Hakuna kitu ilikuwa inanikasirisha kama watu wakiniambia it is well. What is well? Like, what is well? Pole. What is pole?
Everything
like pole.
For a reason.
And then I didn't like when older people my father's age comparing their grief with mine, like, hata mimi nilipoteza mama yangu last week. What are you saying? Like, ulipoteza mama yako last week.
Mimi, I think the statement that used to piss me off, and it pisses me off to date, is ati shukuru Mungu ulikuwa naye miaka mingi. What do you mean? My mom just did when I was 20. What is miaka mingi? Ati unajua wengine ati anakufa anaacha mtoto. Shukuru tu nilikuwa. Ni vile tu you can't tell someone shut the teeth up.
I feel I was so bitter paka nilikuwa na feel like that, but I prefer to keep quiet because nilikuwa na feel nikiongelesha watu we have a life after this.
Yeah.
So wacha tu to keep relationship, wacha tu ninyamanze. But again, I didn't like the fact that tulikuwa tunaamka, tunaenda tunaketi kwa tent, tunaimba, tunahubiriwa, tunafanyiwa like inakaa ni kama camp meeting. Tunamaliza, we break for lunch and then we go back, people come, choirs come, tunahubiriwa, and then I feel like we didn't get to organize our mom's funeral, like because she was a shepherdess, so most of the things were being left for the church to do. So vitu mingi hata to decide who to preach in the funeral, what is supposed to be done, most of those things were being decided by the church. So hata kama mlikuwa na you didn't have so much to say. Church ikishasema ni huyu pastor anafaa kuhubiri, that is it. So later ndio inani hit. I wish kitu ingeenda hivi, but it didn't go like that because you didn't even know. Like it is happening for the first time. You've never experienced death like first hand hivo. So you had to just let things flow. Mara mingi na feelingi kama I wish ningeweza kureverse matanga tuifanye venye tunataka sisi wenyewe so that tufurahie ama tujue we've given our mother the send off that we wanted.
Your mom died on 25th July.
Yes.
When was she buried?
She was buried on 2nd of August.
So that's like a week.
Yes.
A week after.
Yeah. So that is why I feel like we didn't get time to grieve because for one, when the accident happened, she was so badly injured, and the people from the morgue said they cannot be able to keep the body for long because of the preservation. Mwili ilikuwa imeumia vibaya, and they were not able to keep it for a long period. So we had to harakisha the matanga. So hiyo kuharakisha matanga, plus kufanya matanga haraka within a very short period, plus kufanya matanga ni kama ni seminar ama sijui ni church and feel, and then people used to come wanakesha paka jioni. The only thing I saw people doing there ni kukula. I was like, wait, nyinyi mnakuja tu kukula na mama yangu amekufa, like you're eating. People used to bring bread alafu pesa inachangwa. The only thing they could do ni jioni chai kitengenezwa, unapata kila mtu yuko na mkate mbili moja full anakula. Like you guys, kwani I'm feel walikuwa wanapika, then that is maybe later after supper. So after watu washa kula supper, ile masaa ya usiku around 10-11ish before people go to sleep.
So let me ask, between this 1 week, 25th to 2nd of August, as they're planning for the burial, when you mentioned you were not involved, like at all, did they come to ask you what you want your mom to wear? Did they come to ask you what coffin you'd want for your mom?
So for that part, my elder siblings were working on it. Yeah, because I remember my brother and some few people went to look for the coffin. For the dress, I had a cousin in Nairobi who had lost the mother around 2013. So she at least she understood us. She's the one who looked for us, who got the cloth for our mom. So at least that one, we chose for her the dress. Like we are the ones who chose what she was to wear. It wasn't white. It was just a cream dress that was very pretty. That is us who decided, and of course ours. But the other things like siku ya kuzika, hiyo siku ya kuzika tuliexplainiwa tu why it doesn't have to be long. We felt that we could at least why hiyo time ya morning from 25th to 2nd kwa nini mwili ingekaa for long, but we felt like I wish tungekaa for like 2 weeks before we do the burial or something, but we got to understand.
So maybe if I can take you back, do you mind telling us what exactly happened in that accident?
So what I was told that morning, my mom was going to work. She boarded a boda. After boarding a boda, for the first time she sat like heavy, like across, not the way she usually sits. So for the first time she sat across. So that day she was going to work very early because she wanted to go to cover up lessons that she could have missed the same week because they were planning for a funeral of my uncle who had passed. So she woke up very early. She did the chores that she does in the morning. She cooked for my dad. Mark you, my mother was, let me take you back a bit. My mother was a teacher and she was training at Migori TTC. So she was using Bamba 5. She used to call it Bamba 5 because...
Oh, Bamba 5 is the airtime.
No, like Bamba 5, like they were to retire at 55, but wakaongezewa 5 years, so they retire at 60.
Because you said Bamba, so you used to buy Bamba.
Yes. But sasa, wakati walipewa more extra 5 years, alifeel like hiyo ni bonus. It is not miaka yenye anafaa kukuwa anafanya kazi. She felt Migori was very far because she used to commute. Angetoka home on Sunday evening or Monday morning, and then she comes back on Friday. So she felt the commuting was hectic and anatumia Bamba 5. Like, that is what she used to call it. Bamba 5, the 5 years. Yeah. So she felt like anatumia Bamba 5 and she needed to be home, like close to family. Akwe penye anaweza pikia dad morning, achunge ng'ombe zake. So she opted to look for a transfer from Migori to Nyamira. But there wasn't, hakukuwa na college in Nyamira. So she opted to go back to high school because she was an high school teacher before. Alikuwa anafunza Sironga Girls before she went to Migori. So akakuja Nyamira Boys, I think. Nyamira Boys or Nyamira something. There was a school there huko juu Nyamira. So that is where she opted to come. I remember people asking her, "Ausikii vibaya that you're coming from a college to a high school?" And she said, "I am content and I am okay. As long as I wake up from my house, cook for my husband, na niende job, na nirudi jioni nimpate, I am okay." So that is why she was around, like that is why she was home. So she was content that she had come home. So she had come home in January and that was in July. Hata hakumaliza mwaka kwa hiyo shule yenye alikuwa amepata transfer. So after that, I remember that morning she had prepared early, akabeba maziwa. Apparently there were some teachers that alikuwa anachukulianga maziwa that day. Akienda shule, she had packed the maziwa in her bag. So ametoka, akachukua motorbike. After taking a motorbike, she sat in a position that I already said, akiwa across. So when they were going, wakifika somewhere, hapo Nyamira, somewhere Cooperative Bank, there was a trailer that was coming, that was ahead of them, and it was very slow. So the motorbike person, akaona hii trailer inaenda pole pole, let me overtake it. So akijaribu overtake, there is another motorbike that was coming from the opposite side, ikawa hit. After hit, my mother akaslide to the trailer chini ya miguu. So ilimstretch. By the time watu wana scream ati kuna mtu ameanguka, ndio iweke brakes, alikuwa sharp kwa stretch like 10 meters or something. So by the time alikuwa amekuwa stretched, the lower part of the body and the upper ones zilikuwa zimekuwa dislocated and what not, alikuwa ameumia, like she was so badly injured. So by the time trailer inasimama watu waende kumwangalia, she wasn't there. I think she was already dead. So that morning, I think, by the way, that day, Nyamira was like in a standstill because mama yangu alikuwa mtu wa watu.
Alikuwa anajulikana.
Yes. I remember that morning the governor was going to work. Alifika hapa akasikia ni nani amekufa. Alirudi nyumbani kwenda kuona my dad kama yuko sawa, akamsaidia ku-adjust because he had also lost the wife many years ago. At least kumfanya feel comfortable. But before that, when we got home, my dad told us venye alikuwa ameambiwa, people came to the house, wakapata ndio anataka kukula, akamwambia, bibi amewacha food hapa kwa meza, you can come we share. Aambia hapana, before we share, enda kwanza uvae nguo, ukuje tukuambie. So he went to dress up, but that day he said alitafuta nguo na hakupata. So wanajaribu wanamkaza because they wanted aende kwa scene before watoe mwili kwa barabara. So he tried to prepare, akaprepare rakaraka, but he didn't really prepare the way he used to. Alafu akawaambia mkuje tukule ndio tunaambia hapana, mama amepata accident kidogo, let's go and see venye yuko tumpeleka hospitali. Akauliza, you come to pick me from the house kuenda kupeleka mtu amepata accident kwa barabara, si mngempeleka mkuje mniambie mmempeleka kwa hospitali, kujeni tuende tumuone. Alafu wakamwambia, tunajua wakati accident imefanyika two things might happen. Mtu akaambia, hapana, unajua mimi ni mtu mzima, niambieni kama mama amepata ajali mbaya akakufa. Wakaambia ni kama amekufa. So they went. I remember that day dada akituambia when he got to the scene, alipata police mwenye alikuwa hapa anaandika statement, alimshikilia akamwambia, can you tell me what you've done to my wife? Akamwambia hapana, hata mimi nimeitwa tu kuandikisha statement. I don't know what happened. So after that they took her to the mortuary Nyamira. They did a postmortem. Apparently I don't know why they do postmortem na wanaona ni accident, but I was told they need to know the exact cause. Kama ni shock, kama ni organs zilikuwa affected, like what is the exact cause that caused the death. So they did a postmortem, they finished. So by the time we are coming from Eldoret and coming to Nyamira, tulipata kama washamaliza, they were just clearing up to travel to town, tuache mwili, then we come back home. Yeah.
So did you guys get to, you guys went to the mortuary?
Yes, we went to Nyamira. Then after that we went to Kisii. We left the body. After that we did a small session for prayers. Then we came back home now. Now people started coming in, and that is when people started coming. Watu wakaanza kukula, watu wakaanza kufanya church.
Every day.
Yeah, I feel that period was so short. Like venye vitu zilikuwa zinafanyika, vitu zilifanyika so fast. By the time tunasikia it's already time ya kuendea mwili, tuanze kupanga matanga ya kuzika, I felt like it just happened the other day. Apparently I feel like I always feel ni kama hii kifo ya mama yangu imehappen juzi. I don't know kama kuna time inafikanga paka mtu wa feel enyewe tumekaa. Like it's 10 years in July, but I still feel it is very fresh. Kuna time naifikiria sana paka na feel, you mean it's been 10 years without a mother?
Yeah. It's been 10, this July will be 10 years for us.
10 years.
Yeah, what interesting. Now, your dad and your siblings, were you guys talking about all this? Like mlikuwa mnakaa like not necessarily planning for the burial. Like were you just sitting down and sharing things and just talking and crying together?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember that part. But because na feel kama most of the time home, people who used to come to see my dad ni watu wakubwa. So he used to kaa na wao most of the time. Sisi, most of the time we used to kaa pamoja. But because the funeral period ya kupanga funeral was not long, vitu zilikuwa zinafanyika haraka. Leo tunapanga kuweka tangazo kwa gazeti. Kesho mtu anafaa kuenda kutafuta coffin. Hiyo siku ingine nguo inatafutwa. By the time hizi vitu zote zinaisha, ya nguo zetu nini. By the time all those things are being finalized, siku ya matanga ilishafika. I thank the colleagues wa mama yangu. Nakumbuka there's someone who came and asked us, what is your plan on the siku ya msafara? What are you planning to wear? Akatupatia idea. She can cater for t-shirts na nini. So she gave us that idea. Akatuambia you can be able to make t-shirts for the family. So at least alitusaidia ile yenye tunakuwa involved ya kuambiwa we are thinking mfanye hivi. That is the part of ya vitu yenye a bit of the things. But I feel like my older siblings were involved a bit because wao ndio walikuwa wakubwa. And now that I have one brother, I think he was more involved than any other because my sister now si alikuwa ametoka tu kwake kuja matanga because she was already married. So sisi ndio tulikuwa hapo, but I feel we were young, yenye consultation mingi hazingekuwa as much.
You are personal and gratitude.
Yes.
But I think it would have been nice, like more feel. But for me, I was also involved because I remember I went to look for the coffin. I was my sister-in-law then, and the dress. We were involved, and the what is it called, the the funeral services. Yeah, I was my brother was very categorical, like asema, and then in a Brenda tafute coffin, nguo na the funeral service and the flowers. I was given that. So I think I don't know if it gave me closure, but I was just like, at least I was involved in saying how I want my mom dressed and the coffin, and also the the makeup. You know, they do makeup on the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was also asked if I wanted makeup. My mom wasn't injured. My mom had internal bleeding, so it was really at some point her body, you could notice, was a bit puffy, but it wasn't as puffy. And so I told the morgue attendant wampake makeup kidogo, like just kidogo tu ya ku hide she had a scar up here. So I think the involvement also helps. But you know, for us now, the difference now for us was my mom died on 24th July, we buried her on 12th August. Yours was a week, us was 3 weeks. So we had the time, like kuna time ilikuwa nafika najiuliza mamangu alikufa kweli? Naona ni kama si ukweli, you know. So let's talk about, is there what is one thing that unique thing that happened before, or rather during all this, and then we can talk about now life after and the grief journey. Is there anything unique or weird you could say happened during this as you're planning for the burial before you buried your mom?
Not really unique or weird, because I was experiencing grief firsthand for the first time. I felt like people should be able to feel me, like watu wakue tu hapo for the moment, walie tu na nyinyi, but I felt like people's lives were moving on. Like watu tu maisha yao iko sawa, wao wako tu sawa, wanakuja wanakula, sisi hatukuli, nyinyi mnakula na mnashiba na mnaongeza food, like
kukula inakosea.
like you're coming to just eat and you're just okay, like life yenyu ina move on. But again, as I said, until you've experienced grief in that like close, always join in it. Like always feel, you cannot say, like I felt like I used to sympathize and empathize with people wakati wana lose their parents, but when my mother died, I realized kumbe siwahurumia enough, na hata nikiwahurumia kumbe siwezi hata feel half of whatever that they are feeling, because people have different relationship with their parents, nini, because we had a very strong relationship with my mom. I feel like nilikuwa mtoto msumbufu in a way when I was young, and I felt like my mother was so much supportive and so much close to me, and she never gave up on me. Like she always encouraged me. She was always seeing something good out of me, hata kama nilikuwa nina issues. So when she died, I felt like a void. Nilifeel sasa this is gone. This is the only person that nilikuwa sure hata nikifanya nini, she'll always be there for me. Like whatsoever, like this is the only person that and then she used to call us every day 5 in the morning na jioni. So I remember the week that she died, we had not talked sana. I remember calling her nikimuuliza, hey mom, na siku hizi umetutupa sana, why haven't you called us? Akaniambia, sasa hivi venye niko home, a lot of things have happened, so I need to like work on things before I go to work. Nini niangalie ng'ombe, boma, kulikuwa na mjengo home, and so many things that needs to be attended to. So by the time siku inaisha, unapata she's tired. By the time anamaliza she needs to rest, na pia kesho pia siku inaanza. So she didn't have as much time as wakati alikuwa Migori, because Migori was just to go to work, come back to the house. Yeah.
Now let's talk about now the life after. Now you've buried her on 2nd. So 3rd, kuanzia 3rd up to today. How has it been? What has happened? What, you know?
Yeah, 3rd, I remember, okay, I don't have a clear mind of what happened after Matanga, but what I remember is people were still coming to visit. There are a few people that I remember came to visit. My dad's cousins came to visit after. My mom's family, the dad, the cousins from my mom's side also came to visit. The brothers came to visit. So there are a few people that I can be able to, nakumbuka walikuja kuvisit after the funeral. After that, we went back to our normal duties, because I remember my sister was in high school, alikuwa form 1, my small sister. So yeye alirudi shule almost the following week. I also went back, that was in after August, I went back to school also in September. So kila mtu ni kama alirudi tu shughuli zake. Life iliendelea, kila mtu akarudi shughuli zake. Of course we felt the void, the calls were not there anymore. My dad is not a call, I don't know, he never calls as often as my mom used to call. But I remember during before we buried my mom, my dad told us that he will be there for us.
Your
he will
dad now.
try to at least kuingilia penye anaweza kukol, ndio ajui kama ataweza kukol, but at least he tries. But he could not do fully what my mom used to do. But at least alituambia he will support us until penye anaweza kutusupport, na as long as he's alive. That one he told us.
And for you had to go back to school in September.
Yes.
How you in what year? What?
I was finishing, because that was in 2017. I finished the same year, I think in November. Yeah. So after that I finished, I came home. That was in 2016. Yeah. 2016 I finished the same year, I came home. After coming home, that was the longest holiday, because I was not going back to school anyway. So that was the longest holiday. I remember going to every mkutano ya church yenye ninasikia iko. Sijui youth wa, sijui Masinde Mliro wako na meeting, sijui ya sijui prophecy 1 week. I go. Amen. Nasikia sijui kuna nini. Like I just wanted my mind to be busy and occupied. Nisikue tu mahali hivi ninasema, naweza kuwa ninafikiria. So I used to go mahali tu a lot, and then the following year I got pregnant. So nikaanza kulea mimba.
So let me ask, in 2016 umaliza shule September.
Yes.
September, let's say, to December, you're trying, because you have this void. You're really trying, try to do whatever, like you're trying to be involved. And then, so the person you were you in a relationship with this person? Did you decide to get pregnant? Like, were you like what exactly?
No, so it just happened. Hii maneno ya kutoka tu home, kutotaka tu kukua home. Like kutotaka tu kukua home, because void. Yes, I feel too you need to be somewhere. You just need to be penye. Maybe you can be listened ama usikizwe, like just
and
something.
You got one.
Yes. So that is how I got pregnant. I didn't know I was pregnant. But
this this person you got pregnant with, did he know where you're coming from?
Yes.
He knew you're in that stage of grief.
Yeah.
And he gave you that shoulder to lean on.
Yeah, at least nilikuwa ninakuwa distracted. Like at least nikikuwa hapo sikukuwa ninafikiria ati nyumbani. So after that, I think the pregnancy period, all that happened, like until when I gave birth in November. I was glad that I gave birth to a baby girl who I named my mother. I felt that it is a comfort in a way.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I see her, I remember thinking, I remember having very weird thoughts. And if this baby was not a girl, I don't think I would have wanted to have the baby. But again, it was a coincidence that I was pregnant for a girl, and I really wanted, I didn't want a baby per se, but now because she was here, I had to accept, and it was a girl. Yeah, so I gave birth. After that, sasa motherhood ikaingia, vitu mingi hapa katikati. There are times that you feel so low and you feel like you need your mother to consult on some things about motherhood, nini. Now, the period that I was pregnant and the period that I was almost giving birth, apparently my dad got into another relationship. Year period, 2017, my dad got into another relationship. So I had so many things in my head, like my dad wants to marry. I have a pregnancy I need to nurture.
Your mom died in 2016.
Yes.
Your dad is in a relationship in 2017. Serious?
Yes.
Hey.
So my dad got into
syllabus
ilikuwa inakimbia. So my dad got into another relationship. He took like a few months, like 2 or 3 months, to call us and tell us that now I'm in another relationship and I would want to get married again.
Okay, wait. Now this is gist.
Yeah.
Your mom, you've married her on 2nd August 2016, right? You're done with school.
Yes, I'm done with school by then.
Yeah, you're done with school.
No, you're done actually, I was not done with school. I was that was my last year, because my last exam I did in June-July of 2017. So I finished June-July. By the time I was getting home, I was due in November, and I hammered from school in June, July. June, July, August, around that period, 2017.
So, and when do you know your dad is in a relationship?
So I know my dad is in a relationship, I think in 2017, that period that I was home. I think that period after school now, around August.
And how was it? Like, how did you know? He
Hey.
called you. How many children
We
are
are
you?
five.
Did
We are
he call
five.
every one of you?
I don't know how the others knew.
WhatsApp group.
Sijui venye watu wengine walijua, but apparently later he came to learn that he had called my brother, akamwelezea, I have this person that I'm talking to, we are hoping to get married soon, nini. My brother told him, I feel like it's soon, aunge ngoja, have you grieved enough? Know that it was an accident, it was abrupt and whatnot. Yeah, but for me, I think because I was home more often and more times,
Had you seen the lady?
No, I hadn't seen her, but I had my dad talking with the lady on phone. So I was curious because this conversation that doesn't feel like nimtu tu yeyote. It feels like somebody who has a relationship. So after that, nikafanya tu uchunguzi yangu kidogo. I came to know it. After that, I think a month later, my dad called me and told me, there's this lady that I'm talking to, and we are planning to marry. Maybe God willing, kwenda next year.
That's
or
on
the
phone.
end. No. Physical. I was home. I was home that period. So he told me, I didn't comment because I didn't know what to say.
So
because,
what did you do?
No, I just
did you
looked
walk
at.
out?
No, I just listened. Told him okay. We'll see how it goes, because clearly I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. And that period after my mother died, the first year, I had so many dreams about tukiongea. So niliona, hata there's a time I dreamt about akirudi, akiniambia, akiona venye home imechange, like things are not the same the way she expected and the way. So I was like, huyu mwanamke, ama huyu mwanamke amekuja tu na vitu zake. But again, I felt like, mimi venye nina grieve kama mtoto wa mama yangu is not the same way that my father is grieving. I've lost a mother, he has lost a spouse, and you can have as many spouses as possible.
But
so
you
no more kwanga polygamous, but you can't have two mothers or three mothers or two parents. It's just one. So nikakuwa a bit easy, nikasema anyway, after all.
How was it at first? Like at first, like, okay, so he's told you, you've told him it's okay. Then the following days, was it painful?
They were very hard, by the way. They were very hard. They were
Mm-hmm.
very hard. I remember crying every night. Kila usiku, I used to cry because nikikumbuka tu that my father wants to get married and my mother is dead and she's not even dead to 1 year. And my father is already thinking of marrying. So, hiyo time tukimuuliza, like, how did you decide? How did you do that? And then I remember him telling us, now life must go on. Like, we just have to move. And then he used to give us so many examples of, there's someone at home who the wife died and he married after 2 months. There's someone, my dad after my mom died, he married after 1 year. And so he didn't feel like it is something ati sasa yeye ni mgeni ama it's something that he is doing that has never been done. Okay. So kama hao ndio role models wako, then who are we sasa? And then so ilifika mahali ikabidi tuseme, if that is what will make you happy and you'll be comfortable with it, so be it. So there's nothing much you can do about it.
My other question would be, did you have a problem with your dad moving on, or you had a problem with the time frame?
We had a problem with the time frame.
Yeah. Okay.
We felt like
he's too
not
soon.
Yeah, he's not mourned enough. Hata sisi hatuja mourn enough. We've not, like, ija settle, hata hatuna mama. And then there's this other person that is coming.
You have a stepmother.
Yeah.
Right? But would you say now that it's almost 10 years, una feel sasa grieve enough?
Sidhani kama kuna kuanga na grieve enough.
Yeah.
Juu, I feel like there are days that are hard. Like, I need my mother. Iyo masaa, like, I need her. Nimuongeleshe tu. I feel like when we used to talk to our mother, alikuanga anatuashua, alikuanga she had a way of talking, and my mother was very talkative, and my mother was alikuwa mtu wa watu. I remember I told you she transferred from Migori TTC to a different school, but she had stayed in that school for 5 months. But if you saw the way those people from the school mourned my mother, ungedhani ni mtu amekaa kwa hiyo shule for like 10 years. Like she had a way of connecting with people. Sasa, the same way she used to connect with people outside is the same way that she used to connect with us at home. So, I feel like there are better days, there are days that you feel like for sure you need your mother, like hapo. But again, I feel like it gets easier in the sense that kuzoea tu zile za sasa hayuko, kweli hayuko. And then I remember I became so mad. Nilikasirika paka.
Your time.
Yes. Yeah. I remember I never wanted to associate with people who had mothers.
Oh,
like nilikuwa na feel that is now after the burial, after sasa tumesha zoea, sasa tumejua mother is not there. Nilifeel like, no, like if you have a mother, sasa ni nini utaniambia? What can we share in common? Like ni nini? Hakuna kitu unaelewa. Mimi nikisikia vibaya, huwezi get. Hata nikikuexplainia, you have your mother you can call, like you can talk to her, huwezi get. So nilianza kujidisassociate kidogo na watu wenye wako na mama.
Na your friends.
Nilikuwa na feel, especially, hakuna kitu ingenikasirisha kama tukiwa na alafu mama yako akupigia ama upigie mama yako simu.
Ama mna shop tu unasikia, ingo inaweza
fit mama yangu. Sema, wait. Ati ingo inaweza fit mama yako vizuri.
Ni wivu, hata si wivu.
I know, I don't even know what that feeling is, but it just comes. But I'm easier with time. Saisi feel vibaya. Nowadays, I don't feel like bad.
For sure.
I can associate with people who have mothers. What I always tell people, if you have a mother, please take care of them. Be friends with your mothers. Because this period is lasting for long. Because you never know when she will not be there anyway.
Now, so eventually ulipata stepmother?
Yeah, eventually my dad married.
Was she younger? Was she like...
No, she was not my mother's age, of course.
Or she was slightly younger?
Like, yeah. A little bit younger, but she had children, older.
So she came home?
Yes.
She came home?
Yes, she came home. Yeah, she came home. For the first time, she came to visit, tukamuona. Alikuwa ametravel, akakuja akatuona. That period, my dad had started getting sick.
Wait, how was it that time? Did you guys cook? Did you go all out? Ama mulikuwa tu?
I had an infant. Is it an infant too? Mtoto mdogo.
Like
a very young. I had an infant. Akili yangu ilikuwa kwa kulea.
And the rest of the family?
They were not there.
Oh, you're the one who was home?
Yeah, I was the only one who was home. My small sister was at school.
Yeah, was in school.
My eldest sister and brother were at work, so they didn't come. The only people who came are my uncles. Brothers were my dad.
They came to meet her?
Yeah, they came to meet her. Na sasa in-laws, my aunties, wenye wamolewa na my dad's brothers. So they came, they cooked. I just saw them cooking. Like, I just saw things running
like
at home. I was not involved. I had a small baby. Mi akili yangu ilikuwa tu kwa kulea. Akili yangu haikuwa hapa. Juu nilifeel nikikuwa hapa, like, I hadn't gotten over that my mother is dead and this is that situation. There's another woman that is coming. Nilikuwa nataka kujidistract na kulia kuliko kusikia vibaya. So, clearly that day, I can't even tell you walipikanga nini, but I know there was cooking. I know there was some introduction and some things. Hata sijui kama nilienda kwa hiyo introduction. I don't remember, but akili yangu ilikuwa kwa kufanya vitu zangu zenye hazitanifanya nisikie vibaya. So, nilikuwa nalea. So, I'm trying to imagine, kama singekuwa na huyu mtoto, most probably singekuwa home. I could have maybe gone somewhere else that aingenifanya nikuwe home nione hizo vitu, because clearly I remember I almost told my dad, unajua wewe unapata bibi na sisi hatupati mama, so go slow. Lakini sasa ingekuwa aje. So nikaona wacha pia nikuwe mpole. You don't just have to say anything. Sijui venye anasikia. That was a spouse and na huyo ni mama yangu. So
na sasa relationship yenu imekuaje na your dad sana? After the introduction of your stepmother?
So after that was in 2017, November, I think December. After that, they planned for a wedding.
Oh, eh.
Yeah, waka planned for a wedding the following year. They wanted to wed the same year, 2017, but things happened. My dad got sick. He had to be attended to. He came to Nairobi for treatment. After kumaliza treatment and whatnot, they planned for a wedding that was in February of 2018. Pia sikuenda kwa sababu pia nilikuwa na mtoto bado.
Mtoto naye ulimtumia kama excuse vizuri.
My baby was young. She was just how many months? That was in February. So she was December, January. She was just 2 months. Na harusi ilikuwa all the way huko Mombasa, huko Kilifi. So the safari was long.
Yeah.
Nilifikiria kusafiri na mtoto mdogo and kusafiri to something that you're not for. Haiku make sense for me.
For you.
So nikaona wacha nikae nyumbani nile, but my siblings attended.
Oh, they got married
The three,
in the coast?
Yeah.
Oh.
The three, the 2 elder and my twin attended. My small sister didn't attend because she was in school. Na tukuona haja ya kumtoa shule tumlete harusi.
Yeah, mkuu.
Yeah. So
hamkuona haja ama hamkutaka.
Harusi kaisha. I don't know kama ni kutotaka ama ni kutoona haja, but again, your mother died just the other year.
Yeah.
Your dad is marrying. Ingekuwa uwezo wako ungetaka aoe, but now anaoa. Na uko na vitu zenye zimekushika, zenye unaweza choose over kuenda. So clearly you will always choose the other things. So hatukumtoa shule, and then after that wakaoana. They came home now. I was home again, nikatafuta kitu ya kufanya. I remember that period that they came home. Nilienda kufanya a short course in town na mtoto wangu mdogo wa miezi 3.
Umebebana na mtoto?
Yes, nilihama by the way. I went to stay with a friend. Nikaenda kufanya short course, ilikuwa I think inaitwa HTS, HIV Testing and Counseling Services, for a month. At least hiyo period yenye walikuwa wamekuja home ishe, arudi job, tubaki na father. Again, nikapata kitu ya kufanya. I went for a month. By the time month ilikuwa inaisha, period ya kukaa nyumbani ya holiday, juu alikuwa anafaa kurudi job, the lady. So akarudi job. Mi pia nikarudi home because nilikuwa nishamaliza hiyo short course yenye nilikuwa nafanya. So we didn't get to interact in the first times, like in the first years. And they've been long distance marriage. Wamekuwa wakiwork on a long distance because my dad has been working in Kisii until venye alikuja Nairobi in 2020. After coming to Nairobi, so she's been coming to Nairobi, we've been together. But sasa siwezi sema fully because amekuwa akikuja tu maybe once in a month ama once in 2 months. Most of the time my dad goes. So hatuja get to interact.
Also, you don't even have you don't have a relationship. Like do you guys talk? When we meet and maybe once in a while call, but not really. No, not really. Yeah. But tukipatana, tunapiga tu story ya hiyo masana inaisha, and then that is it. But I feel like ni kwa sababu pia we didn't get to stay pamoja, because angekuja tu visiting and then my dad goes most of the time. Kama angekaa na
maybe, but I don't know.
Labda hata ndio probably, I'm just thinking maybe hata ndio ungemresent kabisa. Maybe the distance ilisaidia. I'm just trying to think.
Na feel tu maybe distance ilisaidia tusikosane.
Exactly. Maybe
tusikosane. Maybe tungekaa pamoja labda tungekosana. Na hiyo kukosana maybe ainge end up vizuri. But again, every other time nilikuwa na feel kama tunaweza kosana. I always thought, ni bibi ya baba yangu. I need just to respect her like my father's wife. Yeah, not really like my mother, but bibi ya baba yangu. Ile respect yenye nape baba yangu, I feel like the fact that my father atafurahia tukimuheshimu, that is what I wanted my father. Afurahie tukimuheshimu, but not that I wanted. I struggled with it, but I remember kuna time niliget easier with it, nikafeel ni kama like hizi vitu naweka kwa roho zinanisumbua bure, hata ni vitu zenye hazi change, like it is here with us to stay. We have to get used to what it is.
And your relationship with your father?
It's okay, we talk. Now that he's retired, he's not around. Now that he's retired and he's moved to wherever that he's moved, and now I know they will be with the lady most of the times. So si unaona lazima tutaenda kuona mzee. So we'll have still to meet. Okay. Yeah.
Is it something you're prepared? Is it something you're preparing? Like unajua, you see when you're doing exams and you're like, I need to read for this exam. Is it something like, oh sasa tunaenda kuona mzai?
I think ilini hit square retirement. Like ilikuwa na feel no, I'm retired just the other year.
No.
Ilini hit after retirement that no, this is where dad will be. Tutamwacha. He's still our dad anyway. Hata kama makosa imefanyika ama kuna kitu yenye imefanyika yenye haujafurahia, there's just a way that you have to come mwafikiane. Like you have just to get a solution. So you can hit zile za venye nilisema sitawahi, and I remember telling one of my cousins, najua niliwaambia sitaenda huko kumuona, lakini ukiniona huko usishangae.
Usiulize maswali.
We have to go and see him after all. Tukiona akiwa sawa, ndio sisi tuko sawa. He's still our dad. We cannot like abandon him kwa sababu sasa alioa. But if he's happy, that is all that we want for him.
Because you also don't want to run the risk of not talking to your dad. And then we say God forbid, and then he dies, and then you're like, I wish ningekuwa namuongelesha, kwani kuoa ni nini, you know. So it's just, I think it's also nice muendele na your relationship, hata kama of course you also keep your distance, because inauma, because how would you describe your grief journey from 2016 to today? How has it been? How has it been generally?
Hard. Hey, very hard. Yani, I know, I felt like if my mother was sick, tumchunge tujue hata tukue prepared she would die, ingekuwa a bit easier. But now because it just happened, and she was okay, we just woke up one morning to her not being there. I felt that I've been in denial for the longest time. Kuna times nilikuwa na feel ama amesafiri atarudi. Like, nilikuwa nafikiria tu, I have my mother's number to date. Sijawahi delete. Yes.
Me and mamangu ilipeano. I also have her number here.
No.
Oh, so I was saying, I have my mom's number, but nilicall, ilipeano some... It's a Somali guy who I called it at some point by the way.
Yeah, me, I still have my mother's number. There's a time I called. Hata kuna time ilini notify kwa Telegram at mama join Telegram. So ukweli nawe. There's a time I called, by the way. Nilitaka kuambia it's a lady. A young lady, I suppose, kwa sababu nilisikia sauti si ya mtu mzima. Karibu nimwambie hii namba ni ya mama yangu. Unaweza kubali tuende kwa Safaricom wanipatie, like wanibadilishie ikuwe yangu.
Ulimwambia?
Nilitaka kumwambia, but kusema huyu msichana anaweza shangaa huyu ni nani. Nasema I just listened, akaniambia, akaongea, alafu nikamwambia ni kama ni wrong number. Pole. So nikakata, hang up. But I still have my mother's number, and most of my vitu mingi zenye nimeweka password zinakuanga hiyo namba ya mama yangu. Hata my younger sister, vitu mingi ameweka password ni hiyo namba ya mama yangu, ama jina ya madhe na date of year of birth, something that is just connected with my mother. I don't know kama mtu ana grieve paka sahau ati ana grieve, because na feel kama hakuna siku yenye inaishanga. Unaona venye unasikianga njaa. Like I feel like that is how I think of my mother every day. Like na feel I think about her kila time. Hakuna siku yenye naweza kaa hivi niseme sasa yenyewe alikufa kitambo paka ninaweza kaa nimesahau at sasa nilikuanga na mama ama that is. So it's been a journey. I've been in denial so many times. I've been in anger paka nikataka kuabandon watu wenye wako na wazazi. Mimi hata nilikuwa nataka mtu ukikuja kuniongelesha kama uko na mama, either uniambie uko na relationship mbaya na mama yako na associate. Like yuko kwa life yako so that you can be able to communicate. Like tunaweza get ni nini tunasema. That's so it's been a journey. I feel like it gets better with time, pole pole. There are good days, there are bad days. siku zenye, especially when you have occasions, maybe graduations, weddings, you feel like hizi ni milestones zenye ungetaka akwe aone experience. And my mother used to, angefurahia very little things, vitu ndogo ndogo, yani angekufanya usifeel out of place. Like I remember when I was young nikisema ati mimi nitanunua ndege, aliniambia you'll be the first one to buy an aeroplane. Nilikuwa nanyambia kwa ni mama uko na imani gani hii, like wait a minute. Alikuwa naongea ni kama like anaona nikifanya that thing like tomorrow. So I felt like tunafeel hiyo void, of course, and it has been a journey that I would not want anyone to experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Jana, there's someone that I know that lost their mother. So I went to Mash yesterday to see them. So the ladies that were there were all, they were like almost my mother's age. And I felt the way they were crying and saying, maisha bila mama. And I was like, wewe unalia maisha bila mama. Na uko hii miaka. Truly, I've come to realize there's hakuna age yenye itafika feel like it is enough of having a mother.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like when you're young, unafeel ni kama mama yako anakusumbua na kufanya nini, but when you get to grow, you get to be friends with your mom.
You understand the importance.
I remember there's a time that we started talking with my mom so much, hadi ningemwambia about my boyfriends. Yes, like it is just when I had started being open to her and starting to tell her about my life, and then she died. I remember one time, akiniuliza, I've seen some guy akipita hapa sana. Ni nani kwako? Nikamwambia what that guy is. And then it happened that tukakosana na that guy. Akanitusi malaya, by the way, remember. Nikaambia my mother. So nikamwambia, this guy has told me this. You know what my mother told me? Mtu anakuambia hivyo sahi mkidate, akikuoa haizi hata kurespect. You know, that is the day I dropped that guy. Like nilikuwa na feel naweza sikiza mama yangu sana kuliko any other person. Akiniambia hivi, that is the right thing to do. So na feel sasa hiyo gap, na hiyo sasa kutokuwa na mtu mwenye naweza kwa confident na kumwambia vitu zangu. And my mother used to pray for us a lot. Sometimes I feel like I survived more on my mother's prayers than mine, than any other person. Thank God for my elder sister, because she took over. She prays for us. Sometimes akikwambia maombi amekuombea. There's a time I was applying for a visa and alikuwa anasema, if this visa itamfanya, if this visa will make this now my sister get distracted from you like from God, ama ifanye relationship yake isikue as close na akose mbinguni because of this, please don't give her that visa. Anasema, wait a minute, najua maombi yako ni mzuri, unatutakia mema, like that is exactly what my mother would have prayed. She could have prayed that if something would distract you from God's love, akupatie kitu ingine that is better. Of course, with time I got a job, nikasema saa ingine hatuonangi mbele, but at least there's something that works out.
So maybe I want to ask you two questions. One, how has it been navigating motherhood without your mother? And two, zile vitu za madhe bado nyinyi mnakuanga nazo, like her clothes, her things?
Hata juzi nilivaa. Kuna nguo tulikuwa nayo, the very specific clothes that, especially the ones that she wore during my siblings' weddings, hizo tuko nazo.
Umeweka.
Hata kuna vitenge. Kuna zingine hata the other time when you were moving, because I've moved recently, kuna zingine zenye tulipata and then tukavaa, tukapiga picha. We still have my mother's clothes. Na nafeel hizo nguo nitakaa nazo hadi maybe zizeeke tu out of kukaa. But I still have them. I have her laptop yake yenyewe yenye ifanyi. Like I have our things, we have our things that we can still see.
You and your siblings mlichukua what you wanted from home?
Ni kama it's just me and my smaller sister and my twin sister, but because she relocated, I don't know if she still has. I think hakwenda nazo, but most of them ni mimi niko nazo. My elder sister, I don't think so. My brother, no. But me, I still have them. So yeah, basically tuko nazo na tunafeel ni kama hizo siwezi peana, hakuna penye zinaweza enda. Na
zenye zilibaki home bado ziko home?
Ziko home, hata zimezeeka hizo, I think kwa sababu ya kutochungwa and what not, but hizo bado ziko.
Okay. And now to the other question, how has it been navigating motherhood without your mother? Not like you've been a mother when your mother was there, but do you think kuna
I feel like
Generally,
it would be very easy
if
my mother was there. I didn't mention I am a mother of 2.
Oh, really? I also didn't know.
So my firstborn, nimekwambia nilikuwa na ujeuri kidogo hiyo time. So my firstborn, I got my firstborn when I was a teenager.
Okay.
So my mother was there.
This is
100% fully.
No, I didn't
like
know.
100%. Like I remember I give birth in Nyamira hospital, but alinipeleka kwa private wing, akanishughulikia. She wanted me to be comfortable. I remember that day, hiyo siku yenye nilienda kujifungua, alinitembeza very long distance. Apparently alijua kwa nini alikuwa ananitembeza hivyo, maybe it could help huko mbele. But like she was there 100%, like she was fully there. My son, he's a son, alijua mama yangu kama mama yake. He didn't know me like the mother because after I gave birth, I went to boarding school, so most of the time walikuwa wanakaa na my mom. So like I experienced my mother fully. Nakumbuka nikitoka hospitali, she gave me mboga, saga, maziwa, and like vitu mingi so that I can be able to produce maziwa and nini. She was very present, like present. I remember her calling kwa hospitali until masa yenye alisikia nimejifungua ndio aliwacha kupiga simu. She used to call anaomba, and I remember when I gave birth, I was very young, and I gave birth to a baby who was 3.4 kgs, and I gave birth to normal, ikiwa normal. So when I was giving birth to my second born,
you felt the difference.
Yes, she was 3.8, and I felt like the first time was easier. I remember saying, nimeombia mama yangu ili sustain hiyo time ingine. This time I'm struggling because my mother is not there to pray for me. But I felt like she really prayed for me and she wanted the best for us.
And so she was there with your son. She was ali step in.
Kabisa. So when I went back to school, she was fully the mother because she was, yeye ndiye alikuwa anakaa naye. I remember people telling me, oh, mama yako anashindanga amezunguka na kijana wako kwa mgongo, mjukuu, like she was fully there. When my mother died, my son felt a void kabisa because we didn't have a relationship per se, because mimi nilikuwa naenda shule nikirudi 2 weeks and then we are back to school. So yeye ndiye alijua kama mama. But when she died, walibaki na father. Until now is almost university. Ni mkubwa.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so for you, you've experienced both worlds.
Motherhood with my mother
and
motherhood without my mother. I feel like motherhood without my mother, there are a lot of things. My mother was one person who was very detailed. Akikupigia simu, bora tu anakujua. She'll always want to know if, for instance, kama ni motherhood, atakuuliza ulijifungua lini, saa ngapi, was it VBirth or CS, mtoto alikuwa kg ngapi, amenyonya, maziwa imekuja. Like she was very detailed na alikuanga lazima and then atataka kujua kitovu ili drop, like what happened. Like she used to do that with people outside. So nilikuwa nashangaa, if she can do with people outside, what about sisi wa nyumbani? So she was very present, very detailed, na alikuanga very inquisitive. I remember ukikuja kwetu lazima umwambie umetoka wapi, unaenda wapi, like are you sleeping here? Your parents know that you're sleeping here. If they don't know, you have to call them and tell them where you are so that they are sure. She was very strict and very detailed. But when I grew up, I came to realize that is the only way she could show love and concern. Okay. And I loved it with time. So when I gave birth to my second born, I felt like ni kugamble too, but I feel like I was old kidogo yenye naweza nikalea, and then I loved children from the word go nikiwa mdogo, so at least nili get to maneuver around. But there are those things I could want. Alafu kuna ile time yenye unasemanga tupeleka watoto ushago kwa grandmother. That is what I almost feel kabisa. Mama yangu ni mwenye angetuambianga leteni wajukuu wakae home, leteni. So sasa ina feelingi kama angekuwa, I could have comfortably gone and left my daughter at home without having a doubt kama yuko sawa ama yuko sawa. So nowadays I don't have, sina mahali penye naweza mpeleka niseme nampeleka kwa shosho. Yeah.
Well, so maybe now you can tell us, I don't know, maybe your parting shot. If there's anyone going through loss and they listen to your story, what is that? What are some of the things you could tell them? And Yeah. No, but before we do that, there's something I want to ask, and I think I'll be asking my guests. What are some of the common phrases you think people should not be telling people who are going through loss?
It is well. It is not well. Especially that moment.
Yeah.
It is not well. I prefer labda you tell them it shall be well. I don't know if it gets, of course it gets better,
yeah.
but it is not well. Pole. No.
Hutaki kuambiwa pole?
Pole kwa nini?
See.
Pole hurts me because especially when it comes from somebody who has not experienced it.
Okay.
That pole, I feel like you don't know what pole means. Like, when you've experienced it, unaweza assume at least pia ume go through loss. So unaweza get kwa nini unaniambia pole. I don't want pole. It is well I don't want. Hiyo ya kusema ati shukuru Mungu hiyo miaka yenye mmekaa na yeye, sijui watu wengine wanawachwa wakiwa wadogo. Hapana, mimi si watu wengine. Like, everyone goes through grief na style yake. Relationship ya huyo mtu na huyo mama yake ama na huyo baba yake, it will never be the same. So just I feel like the only way you can help someone who is grieving, just be there for them. Like, be there in that moment, visit, help them around with whatever that they want to be helped with. Like, maneno mingi unless they have opened up and want to talk about it and want to share something and you can contribute, please just shut your mouth. Like, just nyamanza. Like, just be quiet. Yeah, just be quiet. I feel like words, like, you might think that wewe unawa comfort, but whatever that you're telling them, they're hurting them more. Ya kuambia ati there are things that you can tell them zenye zinaweza fanya washangae. Mtu anaongea from the point of knowing. Alafu pia kujicompare. Unasema ati hata mimi nilipoteza mama yangu, ama hata mimi nilipoteza baba yangu sijui 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We are in this together. And then the people who also say that I know what you're feeling. No, you don't know. Like, whatever that you felt is not the same thing that I'm feeling. So people mourn differently. People have different ways of going through grief, and it can never be the same. So for me, if you can be there, just be there for the moment. Like, enda uwasaidie kuosha vyombo, buy something. Yeah, just be there.
For sure.
If they want to, there's a favorite song that they want you to sing for them, sing. Like, just be there for that moment, and it's a day at a time, because hata hiyo siku yenye bado mjazika, kuna siku zenye mtapata mmekaa mahali mnacheka, and then mtacheka tu hiyo siku na kesho bado itakuwa something different. So the days are never the same.
What would you like to tell someone who's going through grief, who's just received the news that mtu amekufa?
Oh, I don't know. Siku hizi nikihurumianga watu wenye wamefiwa, especially nikisikia mama ya mtu amekufa. Like, at least I know venye itafeel mtu kwa bila mama, but I don't know what you're feeling at that moment wakati unasikia vibaya. But more grace, because clearly I feel like I don't have sufficient words to tell someone mwenye amefiwa yenye inaweza mget I feel comfortable. It's just like, it is a matter of time. Like, just take a day at a time. Be in places that you feel comfortable. Be with people that will make you feel better and okay. Like, communicate your feelings if you're comfortable to, and just take it a day at a time. You don't have to be, and then take your time to grieve. Leah. If you can cry. If you want, like, feel it. Feel your feeling at the moment. Like, feel it fully. Because I came to realize wakati you don't feel it and auko there in that moment, after the funeral una feel ni kama au kufanya enough, ama ukulilia mama yako enough, ama ukulilia baba yako enough. Like, feel it. If you can cry, if you want to sit hiyo siku ya vigil, if you want to sit beside the coffin paka asubuhi, you sit there. Like, do whatever that will help you be able to come to terms, ama be able to get used to it. Sasa,
the fact that
do whatever that you feel is okay. Whatever that you can be able to do, fanya. Usiwache ati sijui siwezi scream, ongea, like, talk. Remember the things that good
Yeah.
memories, like, and then
Even the bad ones.
yes,
Yeah.
and also keep memories, like ukipata opportunity ya kuweza keep memories now when they are there, please do, because those memories will be a big deal when they will not be there. I feel like we didn't get kuna time we started having tulianza kuget with my mother so close mpaka nikimpata tu mam tupige selfie, mam tufanye nini, but hiyo time hatukuwa bado tumepata masimu mzuri, so na feel like angekuwa saa hii tungekuwa tunaenda studio after every 1 month. Like we could keep memories. If you have time, when you get a family get together, when you get something, have something that you will be able to remember and you'll be able to hold on when they are not there. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much, Naomi. I feel like yours was an interesting story. The fact that your mom died, things happened, your dad got he remarried, and the fact that you've also experienced motherhood with your mother and without your mother. I feel like you've been through it.
Yeah.
But here you are 10 years later.
10 years later.
And here we are just talking about how we've made it without our mothers. And it's interesting. After me, I was just like, why? It's been 10 years. I'm thinking of doing a memorial this year, but I don't know if my family will agree. I'm just thinking about it. Nifanye tu celebration to come together. We do like just like a small party. I'm really thinking about it, But anyway, Naom, thank you so much for sharing your story, your insights, and I'm sure someone out there will relate. Because grief is a day at a time, We laugh about it, we cry about it. Bubbles zinatoka kwa mapua. But what matters is that you're moving on regardless, So thank you so much for watching this episode. And now thank you so much for being our guest on this show. I hope you come again and again and again. And if you're out there and would like to come over to this podcast, my number will run on the screen. Please feel free to text, call, or WhatsApp me. We'll also share an email, but for now the number will be running on the screen. You can if you want to share your story, feel free to come. Also remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and share these videos to your friends. Remember, Healing Hearts, we are taking it a day at a time. Thank you so much. My name is Brenda Nyambeki. You can call me Shori for grief. Till the next episode. Bye.